Right then guys, got some alien news. Not the kind of news that you're thinking though. Terry Gilliam, he is renowned mainly, to be fair, for Time Bandit and the 12 Monkeys. A lot of people will know him for the 12 Monkeys. He's also an ex-Monty Python, and he's also not British. I just want to point that out. He's actually the only Python who wasn't a born British person. He was naturalised British just before the 70s. He's come out and basically slammed, and I mean absolutely slammed, the Alien franchise. And I thought this was interesting news because, look, the guy, his films are incredibly questionable. Very, very questionable. But look, I'll give you the news first. So he came out and said all this stuff in an interview with RogerEbert.com, that he turned down the chance to direct a sequel in the Alien franchise, and he stated the following: I got offered an Alien sequel because I was hot at that time as a result of Time Bandits and Fisher King, and I just don't want to do films like that. They are factory jobs, working for a studio. My last factory job was on the Chevrolet assembly plant in Los Angeles during my junior year of college. Night shift on the line. Never again. Alien is just a ghost train where something jumps out and you don't know who's going to die next. When I watched the first Alien, all I kept saying was, just kill them all and be done with it. Because you just know that they're all going to die along the way. In the end, Sigourney Weaver, who we've established is a really tough military officer, is running around in her underwear trying to find a cat. Give me a fucking break. There are some great moments in it, but the shot that should have never been in the film is the one at the end showing the alien getting blown out of the airlock. You see the alien and it's just a guy in a rubber suit. Up until then, you only saw bits of the alien and it seemed to be huge and vast and terrifying. That was so clever. It was like the shark in Jaws. I told Ridley, you don't want that shot of the alien at the end. Cut it. Well look, first and foremost, Terry, mate, you got it wrong. Sigourney Weaver was never established to be a really tough military officer in the first film, so through all of your efforts of just sitting there and saying, just kill them all and be done with it, it looks like you weren't even watching and paying attention to the film. So if you can't even get a really, and I mean it is very blindingly simple part of the story, right? I don't take your opinion seriously on this at all. In fact, I'd say it's absolute bollocks. She's not a tough military officer. She's essentially the first mate. She's a comms officer working for a bunch of space truckers. A little bit different to a tough military officer, isn't it, mate? And in fact, actually, we didn't know she was going to be the one at the end. That's one of the twists and turns of the movie, which is very, very well done. Look, to be fair, Terry, mate, I'm talking to you now. You've done some good work, but you haven't done anything for many, many years. The fact you were offered this, you probably should have took it. The movies that you're referencing around that time would put it as a Aliens movie that you got offered, but I highly doubt that. I would imagine you got offered Alien 3, and if that is the case, that was an absolute joke anyway. The movie on a whole had such a tumultuous production that you couldn't have saved it. No one could have saved it. You know, the end result was what it is, and you know, people like it, people dislike it, but it is what it is. I hold absolutely no weight behind Terry Gilliam's opinion on this. It's hilarious. The guy can't even get his facts right when he's slagging off a film. But I thought this was interesting. I thought I would bring you this news just because we are seeing a massive trend of people just mindlessly, and it is mindlessly, especially when they can't even get their plot points right of a movie, bashing on films. Terry Gilliam, you apparently spoke with Ridley Scott and said, oh, you should cut that bit at the end. Well, he didn't take your opinion, did he? So, it is what it is. What do you think of this? Do you think Terry Gilliam is a bit of a dried up old hack now? His movies are interesting. 12 Monkeys, for me, I really like 12 Monkeys. A lot of people dislike it, but on a whole, I think it's a great film. His directorial approach, and in terms of stories anyway, seems to be, what can the imagination do for humanity? And he's very anti-authoritarian, and he puts a lot of his kind of political bias through into films, which, look, it's fine. It's all fine and dandy, but when you've barely made any films at all, and they're all pretty much singing from the same notes, it does become a bit draining. But I thought I'd bring you this news because I do find it interesting. Hopefully it will open up a lot of discussion in the comment section. Obviously, Alien is hot right now, you know, we got some news that Alien TV series may be happening, may be being considered by Fox, and of course we get the 40th anniversary next year. So what do you guys think of this? Do you care for Terry Gilliam's words? Do you think he's a bit of a hack now? Again, I'm not saying he is. I just think that, you know, he's directed some good, some bad, and ultimately in this interview he didn't even know what he was talking about, because Sigourney Weaver wasn't a really tough military officer. No, that wasn't established at all. Yeah, I mean, it was established that she was running around in her underwear trying to find a cat, but I mean, she wasn't. Even that, she was in her underwear and the cat was with her at that point. So it is interesting. I found this quite hilarious whilst I was drinking my coffee this morning, so I thought I'd bring you the news. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share. Give it a big thumbs up. That really does help me out more than you know. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. As always, I've been Mr. H, and I'll catch you in the next video.